In this episode of Brainpower, we are going into the multiverse. Hello, friends. It's Josh. Welcome to episode 15 of Brainpower into the Multiverse. So, what exactly are we talking about today? Well, we are going to have a conversation about multimodal capabilities in the models that we're using day in, day out, like ChatGPT, and maybe some other tools we're going to take a look at today. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in with the presentation. All right. So, what exactly is multimodal? All right. Well, multimodal is a type of AI that goes well beyond text. We're talking about the ability to take various forms of media or even code and convert that into or generate a different form of media. It could even be the same media, but through AI be converted. You'll see that here today. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to do something with my voice, so stick around. Okay, so we can go and take different forms of media and get them converted. But how does that show up? What does that look like? And what are the opportunities from a content creation or production standpoint? Well, I've gone ahead and I have created a uh, download that you can grab. Okay, so if you head over to the website, my website /brainpower. I'll bring that up right now so you can go and get the download. You'll see that the PDF for episode 15 is going to have this illustration. So let me just take a moment and break this down for you as far as what's in this diagram. All right. So first, let's go over and let's start over here with inputs. And so you can see that over on the left-hand side that there are various input types that we can put into the model. I mean, today you probably go to ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Copilot and insert text or prompt to get text back. But multimodal is so much more. Take a look at the various input types that we have over on the left-hand side. So you can see image, audio, video, code, 3D, even sensors like biosensors. Now, many of these capabilities are not publicly made just yet. Like, for instance, uploading an entire 1 hour video, let's say, to get some type of text back from that. Well, I mean, beyond just like getting a transcript as opposed to like detailed analysis, there's not much activity happening just yet in that space. But when it comes to uh, image or audio, we can actually see some progress being made from a multimodal standpoint. And you'll see that here today. All right. Well, we want to go in and do some type of conversion or even image analysis in our prompts. And so the Gen A models that are in here that are represented, for instance, with text, it could be Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, images, Midjourney. You'll see Dolly. With audio, 11 Labs, Well Said Labs, Murph.ai. With video, Runway can process video, code, GitHub Copilot. With 3D, Luma Labs Genie. You may not have heard of that one. You should go check it out. And even with robotics, NVIDIA's Jetson, sorry, model works with robotics. Very interesting. So we have all these various models that focus in on a certain type of media. Now, some models can handle more than one medium. For instance, Google Gemini can handle text and images currently, right? Now, with ChatGPT, it's a little different. It's not one model that's handling multiple mediums. So, like ChatGPT, GPT-4 3.5 just handles text, where Dolly is going to handle the image aspect of the model and processing. Now, as far as outputs, over here on the right-hand side, you can see it's pretty much the same, right? As far as the inputs. But what's interesting is the opportunity that we have to do conversions or do analysis or modify or impact the workflows that we currently have today. And so on the far right-hand side, you can see various prompt examples going from text to text, text to image, text to audio, and so on. So in today's episode, I'm just going to demonstrate some of these capabilities and talk about what is possible. Again, today's reality here in 2024, we don't really see all of these at scale, but behind the scenes, the Open AIs, the Microsofts, the Googles of the world have models that have really rich capabilities that we have seen demonstrated. It's just not at scale yet, right? But they are coming. Once the compute power is in place and the training data sets are in place, you're going to see more of this multimodal capabilities. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and talk about a few workflows here today. So I'm going to demonstrate text to image, image to text, video to text, text to audio, and audio to audio. Now, the one here that I won't be able to do today, video to text, I'm just going to describe it, talk about it. The others, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate. So without further ado, let's go in and discuss text to image. This has been a lot of fun. For some of you, you may have messed around with going into Copilot, Dolly, Midjourney, and have used a prompt to create an image. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's check that out. I'm simply just going to go over to ChatGPT. Here we go. And I want an image, right? So I typically will come in and just say, create an image of, and of course, I'm going to do my favorite prompt, a smoked potato salad. Now, this should be interesting. I'm not going to give it much here. I'm just going to give it a very simple one-shot prompt, and hopefully it will generate an image. And there it goes. It's creating an image. So in the background, ChatGPT will take this prompt and convert it. It is going to make it more verbose, more descriptive, more depth is going to be added into the description of drawing this smoked potato salad. Hey, that looks pretty good. Now, if I go in and I click on the image itself, I click on information. Here is the prompt. Now, I didn't write this. ChatGPT went in, updated my prompt to, again, give it more richness, more depth in regards to the description. Crispy bacon bits and fresh parsley. Yes, please. So it added that to the prompt. Very interesting, right? Okay, so, that is, that's the easy one, text to image. If you haven't tried it yet, I highly recommend getting a GPT-4 account and trying Dolly and trying the image, or even going into Copilot and attempting to generate an image just from a prompt. There's so many different things that you can do to add on to a presentation that you're working on, or an e-learning course, or whatever the case may be. Now, again, just keep in mind that images that are created by AI, you can't copyright those. So you have to take that in consideration. Okay, the next one is going to be image to text. This involves vision AI, to where you upload an image and it's going to figure out, okay, so what exactly is in this image? And I need some type of description, or I need some type of processing occurring in here, right? So now we can upload images in Chat GPT, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, and again, ask for a description. So now this is going to be interesting. I'm actually going to take the image that was created out of Chat GPT, out of Dolly, and ask for a description of it. It's kind of, flip the script here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to just copy that image and get it into the clipboard. Get out of here. I'm going to create a brand new chat in Chat GPT. I'm going to paste that image and say, can you write a detailed recipe from this image? Now, I'm not going to say that it's a smoked potato salad. It's going to have to figure that out. All right, well, let's see what GPT-4 Vision can do, taking this image that I've uploaded, or essentially just copy and pasted right into the prompt, and then asking it, write a detailed recipe. Let's see if it can figure out what it is. All right, so it's going to go in and utilize GPT-4 Vision, and it sees it as a bowl of potato salad with bacon, herbs, and a creamy dressing. While I can't provide an exact recipe used in this dish, it's going to give it a go. Creamy herb and bacon potato salad. All right, there it goes. So this kind of flips the script in thinking about what you can upload into a model and the information that's coming back. So now you can take a visual, you can take a photo, you can take a screenshot of a PowerPoint slide or some type of diagram, upload it into a tool like ChatGPT for it to go in and do work for you, right? Which is amazing. So GPT-4 Vision for the win, and it's just going in and continuing to move on with this recipe. All right, well, let's go to the next one. Video to text. Now, notice how I don't have any tools listed here. Well, this is, you can say, conceptual or not exactly available at scale. But we have heard about Claude and some other models being able to process a whole entire video, but it's not a released feature, or at least it's being held back currently. And I would imagine that because of the processing power that's required to take a long form video like an MP4 file and analyze it using vision technology and then doing something as far as like outputting text from it is going to be massively intensive. Now, where I do see video to text being used today is being able to upload that video into a tool like castmagic.io, to where the audio track from the video is then transcribed. Right, that's some low-hanging fruit as far as functionality today in regards to video to text. But in the future, we'll be able to take a whole entire video and get it transcribed. Now, think about what the possibilities are there. Anything from having a meeting recorded, or going in and having an interview with a subject matter expert, and then taking that video, transcribing it, and getting information from the video itself, or even being on location. I mean, let's say that you're doing a site visit to a facility, a warehouse, maybe a store, and you're taking video of a situation or what could be part of a scenario, or scenario-based training, and you want to leverage AI to give you maybe a rich description of the environment. Quite possible. So again, it's a different way of thinking and leveraging these capabilities. Text to audio. 11 Labs, Well Said Labs, and Murph.ai are very popular tools where you can go in and take text and convert it into audio. Now, the other one that you're going to see here, this is the 2-for-1 deal. You're going to see text to speech, and then you're going to see audio to audio or speech to speech. And that's all going to happen in 11 Labs. Again, 2 demonstrations here of this technology. And let me tell you, the speech to speech is really wild. So let's go ahead and take a look and listen on how that works. All right, so I'm going to bounce over to 11 Labs. And I have already loaded some text into 11 Labs. Again, talking about a smoked potato salad, of course. And you can see from the drop down that I have a cloned voice here. And I'm going to generate speech. So I've already trained the model on my voice, and it's now going to generate from the text into my voice. So hopefully it'll start processing here and then we can listen to it. Now, while that's processing, I'm also going to take a voice snippet that I've recorded and completely.
Ever looked at a potato and thought,
voice. All right, let's listen.
you could be so much more? Well, buckle up, culinary adventurers. Today, we're not just making a potato salad, we're reinventing it. Get ready to turn the humble potato into a smoky
All right. Well, hopefully you were able to hear that.
sensation.
I'm going to pause that. But it does sound like me, which is pretty wild. I mean, we can have a whole conversation around ethical issues with this capability. But let me tell you, if you are trying to produce a course, an e-learning course, to do any kind of audio editing or audio creation, this is extremely powerful. Now, what about speech to speech or audio to audio? What does that look and sound like? Well, I can just flip right over here, speech to speech. Now, I already have a file recorded here. Let's listen to it. Multimodal is a type of AI that can use a combination of different types of data, like images, audio, text, and video, to create new content or make predictions. And that is really crazy. Now, I intentionally enunciated the end of that recording because I want you to hear what happens when I pick a different voice to say those same words and the enunciation at the end. Now, I'm just returning back from London, so I need to find a British voice in here. Let me hit the drop down and let's see if I can find one. Well, I'm just going to pick a female voice. I can't remember which one is British, but I'm going to go ahead and just, let's see.
The fox has many tricks.
There we go. Okay, we're going to go with Lily. So I'm going to select Lily. So now it's going to convert my voice into Lily's voice. Let me go ahead and generate it. You can listen to it. So it should take just a few seconds here just to process. Got to be patient for it, especially during a live like this, right?
Multimodal is a type of AI that can use a combination of different types of data, like images, audio, text, and video, to create new content or make predictions. And that is really crazy.
Isn't that wild? So you just listened to my voice being converted into a woman's voice. Again, I was hoping for a little bit more of a British accent, but still, that is really impressive. And, what I really was trying to illustrate today was how multimodal and the way that we think about creating content is changing our workflows. And I want you to be mindful of these capabilities as they come online. and to just pause and take a step back and ask yourself, should we be taking advantage of these capabilities, and does it change the way that I work? Can I produce new forms of content or update my workflows based upon these capabilities and models that we have access to? So it's just something to think about. Well, I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today on Brainpower. I hope to catch you in the next episode. Take care.